George, what do you think the couple, one or two or three biggest, most widely held misconceptions of your fellow Americans are in regards to the things that libertarians sort of understand are universally true?
Oh, geez. I start with economics. So first and foremost would be that supply of treasuries matters. That's nonsense. It's all about growth and inflation expectations. And so you can't show me a chart, especially a long-term chart, where the supply of treasuries matters. And for a lot of the libertarians, Austrians, that's kind of their starting point. Like the premise for every single thing they talk about is that supply matters, and therefore the deficits, the budget, it's going to increase the supply of treasuries to the point where the Fed is going to have to come in and do yield curve control. They're going to have to expand their balance sheet, and then the release valve there is going to be the dollar. So that's a huge misconception.
How do you see it? Because I would say that I'm generally part of that orthodoxy.
Yeah, it's all about growth and inflation expectations. So as an example, if you go back to, you can go back to the 1950s, just look at a chart of nominal GDP, and you're going to see a strong correlation with the 10-year Treasury yield.
Oh, absolutely. So in theory, the 10-year Treasury yield should be the growth rate plus the inflation rate.
Well, the expectations for that. It's not going to be perfect. Yeah. It's going to be the expectation.
Exactly.
So if you look at, let's say, 1980, when the 10-year Treasury yield was trading, I think maybe 15%, something like that, and the national debt was about $800 billion. And now we fast forward to today where it's at $37 trillion, but yet interest rates are lower.
Right, because growth is much lower and inflation is much lower.
That's correct. But the supply of treasuries has exploded. So you really can't find a long-term period in U.S. going back, let's just say 75 years, where the supply of treasuries has actually impacted the interest rate.
I agree completely with you.
Subscribe to my daily journal at portersjournal.com.